My fellow, my friend, with you I spend the upcoming vibe to stress the content of denying the nonsense of an awful trend in which we squeeze, bend, and eventually suspend. Such an odd end, such an unusual event of unmeasurable tense which we neutrally absorb as part of our common sense. One can either like or share the pros and cons, but instead I want one to not post for once. Let us trade mobile immersion for a wild excursion and perceive this here as an authorized version. It is. The ability of speech became ours at the genesis, one universal language with which we managed it. One bridge built from the mind to the mouth, communication became the roof to a house. It took one to hardcore believe in this form of teaming, after which humanity understood its own meaning. Besides expressing all the wants and needs, once passing information from A to B, being followed by the process of bonding, with all its improvements yet upcoming. We went from a visit with a cup of tea to the request for a Wi-Fi code for free. We said goodbye to our primary needs and consider our social status to be key. We take pictures of our food before eating. We find that's part of the process of feeding. I will keep proceeding. We walk our smartphones instead of our dogs who keep barking, though we put them on pause. We stop sharing love while shaking their paws, and if robots take our place, that would be the biggest flaw. We give our 1-year-olds tablets and phones, if needed, even more gadgets and drones. Inserting a microchip as a matter of hope, monitor their existence, we establish our scope. Nah, life as an actual slope, and the time is catching up on us. We assumed that one had the answers while being honest. Playgrounds are silent, swings are not moving, sport gets a snooze, and the youth is just losing. And kids are disappointed at their birthdays for not getting a smartphone, cause that is how the world plays, and that is what the world pays. It decreases my faith. We're far from our original state in a subliminal way, so make sure you update. When the system crashes, including all its assets, see how it collapses and burns down to ashes. Then we are out of 4G, out of our hyperspace, out of clues. As such, we tend to hibernate. Out of checking virtual agendas, tracking our transits, out of clickable ads that keep us transfixed, out of Google Drive, Outlook Live and Spotify, out of a streamlined vibe in the call at Skype, out of WhatsApp, tweets and snaps, out of the latest beeps and chats, out of advice that Siri could provide, out of VR glasses for our mental joyride, out of what we naturally feel, smell, taste and see. Therefore we must wake up and gain belief. See? We so rely on being all connected that if we are wrong, we will get auto-corrected. The tech will not disrespect us, but always protect us for mistakes we could have easily expected. So who thought it wouldn't affect us was wrong. Remember that this amount of praise only took 2 decades long. It started young, but unfolded in a digital graveyard in which we participate as modern zombies on global radar. But I stand for the alternative. So please listen and let's get affirmative. Don't just swipe to check in or make a payment. Don't bow down to that sort of arrangements. I recommend us to be ancient, and that's a statement. We can't stand solid on this pavement. Just be patient and be kind. Retrieve our own fresh minds that we can adjust and refine. I refuse to be blind. I refuse to squeeze my view to please a few. I saw the future's peekaboo, and I vote for seeing through. The need of expanding in which we have it all. We will eventually fall if we do not stand tall. We must reinvent ourselves as one society to recognize entirely how we differ in variety. To see that it's better to put our gadgets away, to unplug from our systems and step back to play. See, the wild excursion is there to make. It's the lock on the cage of the mind we must break. So now the time has come for us to choose whether we go and live or stay and snooze. So now it's all up to you.